Antagonist 2.0 tour. What are the lines like? What does the merch look like? And what can you expect from the show overall? Let's start with lines outside the stadium. I just went to the Portland show at the beautiful Moda Center, and the campus looks fantastic. I've actually never been. It's my first time, so I was pretty impressed. It looked beautiful. I was there an hour and a half before GA got in because I was VIP. VIP was lit in at 6. GA was let in at 7. So I was there at about 5:30. And at the GA line, there was about 25 to 30 people waiting already. So if you're a GA and you come to the stadium like an hour and a half beforehand, you will be pretty early in the line. Because it's a stadium show, they generally do a pretty good job of getting people in quick. So for an hour and a half in advance, the wait is pretty worth it. As for VIP, they have 3 lines: VIP Basic Package, Ken Carson VIP, and the Ultimate VIP Experience. The most basic VIP gets you early access, early merch, and you get a VIP bag. Unfortunately, at the Portland show, they didn't have it, but I'm assuming it's probably like a lanyard and maybe a beanie. Like a really big maybe on that, because we still don't know. Ken Carson VIP also gets early access and early merch, but they also get a Ken Carson bag. This is what it looks like, and I have just seen the outside of the bag. Referring back to the older shows, it's also probably just a beanie and a lanyard. That's what you get with the Ken Carson VIP. And then the Ultimate Experience also gets you obviously early access, early merch, but you also go backstage and there's like a VIP bar backstage so you can get a drink and then enjoy the show after. For the Portland show, we got in like an hour later than we were supposed to. I don't know what the holdup was, but that's just how it is. So we got in closer by 7, and then GA got in an hour later as they were supposed to. As soon as you walk in, you see the merch stand, and here's what merch looks like. At the Portland show, it was only Homixide Gang's merch, Ken Carson's merch, and Destroy Lonely's merch. Unfortunately, Portland didn't get the merch in time either, so there was no Carti or apollored merch. But here's the general pricing of items. Hoodies are about $150. You're gonna pay $125 for sweats, $50 for long sleeves, $50 for t-shirts, and $35 for beanies. And it sucks that they didn't have Carti or apollored merch, because I personally already have Ken merch and Lone merch. I was really looking forward to getting some Carti merch, but they said that Seattle is definitely gonna have it. So lucky you, Seattle people. The line for merch was not too long for VIP. They were getting through it pretty quick as well. Once GA opened up, it was definitely more of a line, but it's nothing like you see in the small venues, and they also had several stands throughout the arena. So getting merch was relatively quick. But now it's time to get into the arena. Oh my god. And this is what the arena setup looks like. This is the stage. There's a lifted part. Then there's that down part right there. Maybe they'll come down for that as well. Infamous matte black truck. It's my first arena concert ever, and I mean, this looks insane, bro. A little smoky with some overhead lights. It looked pretty cool. As you walk in, there was some music playing, but there was also a DJ set as people were walking in. It was on the other side, so I couldn't see who was DJing, but I'm assuming it was Filthy. Dabo was also at the Portland show, and he came out to say what's up to some fans. And as people were walking in, Filthy was just DJing. We heard some Netspend with tour intros. He was telling Portland to wake the hell up.
Wake up, Portland!
And to start opening up the mosh pits early, which is kind of funny because no way anybody was gonna do that, because people were just trying to get barricade and just stay there before the show starts. For context, I've seen the entire label except obviously apollored and Carti, so I have seen Ken and Lone and Homixide Gang beforehand, all in small venues, and just looking at the arena, it was really cool to see how it's gonna go down. But it was now showtime. apollored comes out and he opens up with R.I.P. There's a song from his new EP that is unfortunately SoundCloud only, so a lot of people didn't really know the lyrics, including me. It was him and 2 other people, and as people were walking in, they were greeted by apollored's set. And we heard 42 CEOs cameo on face tattoos. But he's also fairly early on into his career, so all of that is still to come. This is apollored's set list. It was about 10 minutes long. Then it was Homixide Gang's turn. They open up with sirens and warnings, and then they run on stage to Lifestyle. There was actually a lot of people on stage with them, and they were just waving red bandanas, just turning up, and their performance was exactly what you would expect from a Homixide Gang performance. Tour intros, guitars, your classic Homixide Gang trap rock set. Also, obviously, they were starting up the Homixide chant, telling people to open it up, and they were pretty hyped. Everybody that was there was turning up, but people were still just getting in the venue. And the energy was pretty high. Homixide Gang's set was about 25 minutes long, and here's the set list. By the end of Homixide Gang's performance, the pit was filling up, and so were the stands, so there was a lot more people by the time Destroy Lonely got on stage. And he opened up the show with Show You How. First time he's ever performed this song live, and Portland got it. I do know he opened with Party and Get High in Utah, and I love this song personally, so I wish he performed it at any point in the set, which unfortunately for Portland, he didn't. Destroy Lonely brought in a lot of EDM-y intros. And as you'll see more and more, you really get every kind of vibe with this tour. A lot of his songs also got a tour remake. For example, Fake People had a remake. No Stylist had a remake. Doubt It had a remake. A lot of it was just 808 shifts and hi-hat shifts to make the songs more bouncy, but it has definitely worked because the crowd was hype. It was also a lot more fun because now the crowd is more and more familiar with the song, because obviously Destroy Lonely is a pretty generally big artist, so people knew a lot more of his music. His set was about 30 minutes long. Here's the set list. Then it was time for Carson. He opens with Lord of Chaos and walks out to the now very familiar synthy eerie intro. This production was completely different because we now have lights on stage and overhead. We now have smoke going off with every beat drop. We now have lasers. Every single tour intro was beautiful. And when the beat dropped, it hit you like a freaking train. Blasting, lights flashing everywhere, mosh pits going crazy, and we heard lots and lots of Hearing Green Room live was absolutely beautiful. I Need You in an Arena as well also hit different. It felt like the Chaos Tour Part 2. Like, I think that's what more Chaos would have been like if the tour actually happened. It was a 45-minute set. Here's the set list. Like, it was a really crazy set. After Carson, they were resetting the stage, taking some lights down, bringing some lights up. They actually played some fake ming between the sets. Closer to Carti's set, they smoked out the crowd so much. There was like a whole smoke waterfall going off the stage. They smoked in front of the crowd. They literally, smoke was falling from the ceiling down into the pit. There was a lot of smoke involved. I don't know how security were even supposed to do anything, because I guarantee you they can't see anything. But this is a special moment for me because I've been a fan since 2018, and I have seen literally everyone from the label except apollored and Carti. So this show kind of wrapped up this era for me because I went from seeing all these artists in 60 people venues to now seeing them perform in an arena, with the main event obviously being Playboi Carti. Lights go down, crowd goes crazy, and Carti walks out to pop out. Unlike Utah, he's only played Pop Out twice in his Portland set. It It seems like the sets are going to be a little bit different every show. Like, I know there's a structure in place, but it seems like every show is going to swap songs. Swamp Izzo was turning up the crowd. Carti was just in the back for the first little bit. Then from below the stage, two huge matte black semi trucks come out. That now Carti and everybody else on stage are gonna use as an extension of the stage. Swamp made an announcement about BBYBOI.
BBYBOI on the fucking way.
And we all know on the way means like 4 to 5 years, maybe. So yeah, I wonder how long that's gonna take. But then they played Opium Baby, and that was beautiful to hear live.
BBYBOI!
I damn near shed a tear, bro. That was amazing. Crank was crazy. Actually, I guess fair to say every song was crazy because we're now getting these beautiful tour intros. Every beat drop is hitting.
What you doing? What you doing?
Carti kept going back throughout the set and just spamming the sound effect. He did that same thing in Utah, and maybe he'll do it through the entirety of the tour. I'm sure you can find the recording of the whole set on YouTube. It was ridiculous. Like, WEEZY came on, one of my personal favorite songs. Then Hood by Air came on, and it was honestly very reminiscent of the music video. For those of you that don't know, Hood by Air was the first time we've seen the entire label together, and here they are on stage, just like the music video, all together. Ken was just trying to spark up in the back. Ari was doing his thing, absolutely melting all over the trucks. Mitch and Michi turning up the crowds with the baseball bats. They have these like antagonist baseball bats with a flashlight on the tip of the bat, so they were just like pointing it at the crowd throughout the set, turning up. Filthy and Lone and Homicide Gang kicking it in the back. It was really cool. Like, the whole label was out there. It was a pretty crazy experience to see it live. And then he played Control. He has not played Control in years. And Portland was the show that got it.
My name is Jordan Carter, better known as Playboi, aka BBYBOI. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, you know what I'm saying? I grew up just like y'all, you know what I mean? This is what I did, though. Let's go.
And hearing this live, oh my God, I don't even care if I'm glazing. It was beautiful, bro. We had Timeless, Wake Up Filthy, and then a whole lot of red classic, Stop Breathing. Followed by Rockstar made another whole lot of red classic. Then we had Alive, which was kind of funny because the crowd opened up the pit, but then they didn't know when to close it because there wasn't really a drop, so they just waited till the next song. FOM DJ, Evil Jordan. Everybody remembers when that snippet first came out. That's when we first heard the Swamp Izzo ad-libs. It was amazing. And then we heard R.I.P. All these years later, I finally heard R.I.P. live, and it was ridiculous, bro. For every one of these songs, I just film a little bit of the beginning, and then I just put my phone down and just turn up, because it was crazy. I Love You, I Hate You, one of the most beautiful songs on a whole lot of red. 2024, I'm pretty sure everybody remembers when they were when the song came out. That was the first time we heard the deep voice and the baby voice both on the same song. He wrapped up his set with Olympian.
Hold it high.
Apparently his set got cut short because we got way more less songs than Utah. We're pretty sure because it was a stadium curfew.
I love y'all. What the fuck? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love you. I love everybody. What's up? Yeah.
But Carti came out for a second to say what's up to all the fans. Just wave at everybody, show some love. And you know, as someone who was a fan for a long time, it's really cool to see it all unfold live. Seeing all these artists still underground in small venues and then it all concludes with this huge arena tour was like really cool to see. Two things though, I am kind of sad I didn't get the floor tickets. And then second, it did suck that there was no Carti merch or apollored merch. Would love to see what those look like. But it seems like all the future stops are going to get it. So worth the money, especially if you're a fan of all these artists. You get an all-in-one package and it was incredible. Should I run it back for Seattle and get the floor tickets this time? You guys let me know. I'd love to go again. I'll show you guys all the new merch that they get. I'll show you guys the floor experience. Second concert video back to back. I swear I don't have motion like that, but I just love making these. It's honestly so much fun and you guys get to come along with me. Like, this concert is extremely special to me. I've been waiting since 2018 to see Carti live and I can't believe it finally happened. We're here. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, please. And I'll see you guys later.